So one of the advantages of being an unmonetized channel is you avoid a lot of the sort of things that YouTube will try to do to screw you, particularly stuff like, I don't know, ban you, throw a bunch of strikes your way, false flag campaigns. But that's not always the case. See, even when you're a very small hobby channel who flies under the radar by not ever being monetized and not really seeking a wide audience, at least not actively, you would think that you could avoid shit. But the thing is, occasionally you talk shit about the wrong person. Last year, I had 6 months where I had a community guidelines strike because I made a video towards some feminist slam poet that was very disparaging, but it was in no way against the terms of service, and yet enough of her fans saw it that I was got a community guideline strike for bullying, even though I never sent the video to her or asked her to watch it. I think I mentioned her by name once, and the video was full of constructive criticism, although very condescending, mansplaining constructive criticism. Well, 2 days ago, I had my entire Google account deleted. The whole thing. Well, I guess deleted might be the wrong word because I am talking to you right now, aren't I, on this channel. But the thing is, in the middle of the night, while I was in the middle of watching some Ben Shapiro video, mostly just listening to it and playing Madden, because Madden is audibly uninteresting and has had the same audio for, I think, the past 10 or 15 years. So, fucking, all of a sudden the audio cuts out, and I'm like, what? So I try to reboot YouTube because sometimes YouTube locks up or freezes, and the only way to really get it to fucking work again is to literally force it to restart. So I do that, and it says, we've detected some curious activity on your account. You will need to verify yourself. So I'm like, okay, I did the secondary verification thing with my phone and shit. And it went, your account has been suspended due to a violation of the terms of service. And I was like, oh, here we go. So I try to go check my email, and my email is locked. And I try to sign in, and it says the same thing. Your account has been suspended due to terms of service. And I'm like, I got Jordan Petersoned. The whole thing. No strikes, no suspension, no restrictions, just your entire Google account, Google Plus, same thing, go on. And I'm like, here we go. So I follow the things and I appeal, and here's the hilarious thing. Since I had to go through that secondary identification thing to even access my email or anything like that, I had no idea what terms of service I had violated. The terms of service are not only vague, but there's a lot of terms, all of which are broad, and you could violate just anytime Google wants to get rid of you. I mean, unless you're doing something with zero copyrighted material, no curse words, not talking about the news in the slightest, you're always at risk. So I was certain that, maybe it was because occasionally I call people faggot, or, I've made several videos that contain the N-word, nigger, even though they were always in context. But the thing is, I have been disparaging. I've trolled people and shit, so I was so sure I was fucked. But I didn't know, it didn't tell me what I violated. So I was like, look, I don't think I have any idea how I broke the rules, unless cussing is against the rules. Like, I don't know what I did. Can you tell me what I did? And so then I check my email, because I can actually access my email from that secondary identification. So my YouTube account is completely locked, and as far as I know, it's gone. I got the full-blown account banned thing. No video access, nothing. So I was really confused. But in my email, it actually said, you have violated the terms of service, and the little byline was spam or misleading content. First of all, I don't think anybody, even if they're a bot, should be auto total banned. Not striked, not restricted, not we just shut down your YouTube, but your email's gone, your Google Plus is gone, anything else you have with Google is gone, and your YouTube is gone all at once. No strikes, no warnings, nothing. It's just you're gone. But I was really confused because it wasn't for hate speech, it wasn't for bullying, it wasn't for controversial content or any of that shit. It was spam and misleading content. So I sent another petition basically saying, my channel's not monetized, I don't promote products, and I don't spam people. So I've clearly been false flagged. Can you please give me my channel back? And, I spent the next several hours basically making a new YouTube account, mostly to just repair my subscription feed. I don't like the idea of being a total lurker and being forced to fucking manually find all the shit I want to watch and having to, actually continually look up their channels and shit. So I was like, well, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be a YouTube channel anymore. But, you can't cuck me out of my subscription feed. That's fucked up. But then they wrote back to me and said, we've reviewed your situation and determined you are in fact not in violation of terms of service. Here's your account back. Which was a relief. But it was terrifying. Because the thing is, for apparently spam or misleading content, not just saying the word nigger or not directed at people, but in reference to racial conflict and in reference to events and in reference to hypothetical scenarios where that word is used, but actually directly calling people a faggot or a piece of shit or an evil person. I've done all of these things. I was thinking, oh man, I must have just overdone it. And I was, really seriously wondering if I was even going to try over again. I don't put a whole lot of stock in subscriber counts. I don't really care about getting views. I just like actually communicating what I care about with people who are actually interested in what I'm saying, or at least interested in the topics that I am discussing. I like the whole real thing that comes with having a small channel. But I would have had to be starting over from scratch again, entirely unpromoted and not with, I've had a few events in my channel that have brought organically stuff towards me, a couple of response videos and whatnot. And I would have had to create that whole process all over again to get back to, good old 500. And if anybody's wondering why I've been at 500 for about a year and a half, it's because every time I'm talking about super controversial issues, I'll get about 10 subs up and about 10 or 12 subs down. So I've always hovered right here, sort of refreshing new subscribers and losing old ones, with mostly just my stalwart fans who comment. I don't even want to call them fans, because who with 500 subs has fans? But and people who like and frequently comment and engage, and those are my favorite people. I would have lost all them. But it was just gay that YouTube has that kind of power. So I guess the important thing is that this can happen to anybody for any reason, and you cannot count on strikes. At this point, strikes are just for copyright shit and could also possibly only really be for big name YouTubers who actually have some recourse. People who are under, what do you call them? The media groups that can actually sort of protect you and talk to YouTube and give you lawyers and shit. So the moral of the story, dude, is the sword of Damocles is over your head on YouTube if you talk about anything controversial. And worse yet, if you just piss off somebody who's willing to flag every last fucking one of your comments, which is, I'm almost certain what has happened, is somebody got mad at me for talking shit about Jeremy Corbyn or talking shit about feminism or social justice warriors or Christianity and just went on a flagging spree. And somehow, and the thing is, I'm small enough and low visibility enough, even in comments, that I have the strong suspicion as it was one or two people, probably no more than that, that got me Jordan Peterson banned. So everybody's at risk. And small channels are especially at risk, because apparently YouTube can just see fit to just ban you for spam for the mere act of commenting on videos. It's not good.